from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead Season 8. In this one, we're going to take a look at an exclusive teaser for All Out War that was recently released by comicbook.com. So that being said, let's get right into this. So the teaser basically starts with this shot of Rick. Now, obviously we had a shot of Rick just like this in the original trailer, but in that one Rick was further back. In this one he's closer to the camera, and we can see in the next shot he's even closer to the camera, and we can actually see that it is in fact Rick.
All of you have a chance to survive, but those who use and take.
So obviously in the background Rick is giving this speech. Obviously that's probably from the premiere, and that's his first epic speech for All Out War, so it's going to be pretty cool. Now, we've heard a lot of that speech in the other trailers and teasers that were released, so nothing new there, but this shot is actually new. We have Dwight and Eugene, and, you know, it looks like someone is also there with them because Eugene is looking right at the camera. But it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between those two characters and where Eugene and Dwight's story goes. I'm very interested about that. I think that's one of the most interesting aspects of what they're doing in the TV show for All Out War, is to see, you know, how they're going to integrate Dwight and Eugene being on the inside in the TV show. In the comics, there was something like that, with Dwight at least, not really to this extent with Eugene, but he was also there. But it's going to be interesting to see how they remix it.
And kill. We end them.
We have this new shot of Jesus, which is pretty cool. It looks like he's just about to shoot someone, but it's a pretty cool shot. Not sure exactly where it could be. Maybe at the sanctuary, maybe somewhere else, but it's definitely a pretty epic shot. And then we have this new shot of Rick, Daryl, and it looks like maybe Aaron and Scott in the back. They basically entered some sort of compound. It could be one of the Savior's outposts. It could be part of the sanctuary. It definitely doesn't look like the sanctuary, so it's most likely one of the outposts. But another thing I want to mention here is that this is probably a continuation of the other shot that we've seen over and over again, with Rick and Daryl kind of hiding out and walking, and they're right by like some sort of compound, but they're walking along the wall. So it's probably a continuation of that scene.
This journey will not end in retreat.
We have Ezekiel saying this journey will not end in retreat, which is pretty cool. So he's basically saying that there's no way out of this now, that they're in it, whatever happens. Pretty cool, pretty interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of a leader Ezekiel will be during the war as well. But the other shots that were shown along with that phrase are basically shots that we've already seen before in other trailers and teasers. We have this pretty epic shot of Daryl and Rick, and it looks like they're in the same exact compound that I was just talking about. But the other thing is that they have captions All Out War along with this teaser as well, which is pretty epic, pretty exciting. I'm definitely happy and excited that they are using All Out War to promote this season.
The future is ours. The world is ours.
We have this pretty epic shot of Rick. He's basically machine gunning a bunch of people. Now, there's something in here that is very interesting. If you take a look at the background, it looks like this is the sanctuary. It definitely has a lot of the surrounding looks as the sanctuary does. So this could in fact be the sanctuary, and it could be them attacking the sanctuary, which is most likely going to happen in the first episode, in the premiere. But it's definitely exciting and interesting that they have this in the teaser. Now, it could be somewhere else, it could be an outpost, but it definitely looks like the sanctuary, so definitely epic and exciting.
This is the only way.
And that's basically the end of the teaser. Now, one thing that was very interesting and cool was that it ends with Rick saying, "This is the only way." In one of the teasers we got for Season 7, there was a line where Negan says, "This is the only way." So it seems like they're paralleling that situation.
This is the only way.
This is the only way.
basically showing that, you know, it was the only way for Negan back then. Now it's the only way for Rick. So definitely interesting that they incorporated that line. I'm definitely excited for season 8 and All Out War. We're almost there. I think it's October 22nd that Walking Dead's gonna come back with season 8. So definitely excited. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.